Hi there, welcome back. In this video we're going to use this beautiful shell mould which we got from the Mermaid Treasures kit that we purchased from Resin Jewels and Resin Detra Supplies. Hopefully you've seen that in on our previous video recently where we did an unboxing. Loads and loads of stuff to look. Why not check it out in our playlist? So we're going to try and use some of these beautiful charm elements and maybe some more of these lovely little seeds, little glass beads, and maybe some glitter, maybe not. But we'll see how we get on with this particular project. Now, this is possibly a little present for somebody. Also going to mix in some of that resin ink, and for a change, we're going to use some polyurethane resin. And don't forget to wear your gloves. Now, this is me, obviously, wearing my lovely pink gloves. And I'm going to turn the inside of the mould, turn the mould inside out even. There we go. I think these gloves are the wrong size. They're just a tiny bit too big for me. Makes it a bit more tricky to do these things. And no matter how cleanly I keep these moulds, whenever I do anything with moulds, I always find a little bit of glitter or hair or dust on it. Anyway, we're going to go straight in with this, and we're going to use this. Now, this is also from the Mermaid Treasures kit. It is beautiful. I would say it's a mica powder, although you could use it as a tint. It gives very much an aurora borealis effect. So we're just going to brush it onto this mould. First time this mould's been used. Just wanted to see how it would take to it. This has been sped up, obviously, because, you know, I take my time doing these things usually, and you'd be sat here for a long time just watching me do this. But look, hopefully you get the idea here. So then I proceeded to do the rest of the mould, just sort of highlighting different details of it and just keeping my fingers crossed because I wasn't sure if it was going to pick up using polyurethane resin. So if you've never used it before, polyurethane resin is a very, very watery solution. And hardly any work time at all. Matter of about 30 seconds before it starts curing. So I've turned the mould back round the right way. I've already mixed up part B. I've put part B into my mixing cup, which you're going to see in a minute. There you go, there you can see it. It's already starting to bubble a little bit, which is a bit concerning. And now I'm going to add in this alcohol ink. This is red alcohol ink. It's not from the Mermaid Treasures kit. It's from the Ghoul Resin kit. Everything that I've used in today's video will be linked in the description box down below. So quickly, going to stir that in. Just mix that part in. Thanks, by the way, to one of our frequent watchers of our videos for the tip about when to add colour into PU resin. So then this is then part A. You can do part A then part B, or part B then part A, totally up to you. So I've just added in equal measurement amount of part B and very quickly stirring it. Very, very quickly. You've got literally 30 seconds stirring time, if that, with this, and then you need to make sure you're ready. You pour it straight into the mould that you're going to be using. So I think that was actually a lot less than 30 seconds. But here we go. So we're just going to bring the mould over. So this particular resin, it's clear and it dries and cures white. So I'm not sure whether or not it's going to take on the colour of the resin pigment that I put in, the alcohol ink that I put in, or not. Now, as usual, yeah, I've made up way too much for this lovely shell mould, but not going to be defeated. I did quickly grab another mould that I had to hand. There's another mould I'm a little bit obsessed with, which I'm going to give away as the present, but you'll see it in a minute. So there we go. This is it when it's cured. And yeah, there you go. I've made another mushroom house. I can't help myself, and maybe a little bit of a skull, but I've made another mushroom house. So you'll see that again towards the end of this video. But look, I'm just testing it now. This was red hot. So leave it half an hour and then leave it another half an hour to cool down. But then this is it, taking it out of the mould. Now, it was still pretty warm at this point. I really should have left it till it was completely cold. But I was a bit concerned because we'd got quite a bit of overspill on the mould. And I was worried it would never fit into the base. But look at the detail. Look at how that mica powder has picked up. I love that effect. It gives it like a chrome effect to the colour. Now, I knew it wasn't going to be red. which is fine. It's gone like a baby pink colour with very, very pale, like violet-y coloured highlights. Look at that. It's giving, yeah, it's giving the Aurora Borealis effect as well. So this is the overspill bit. Now that is going to take quite a bit of sanding to actually get that to be completely flat so that I can then put it as the lid into the base of the pot. This is the base of the pot. Look at this. So here we go. I didn't dust the base of the pot with the mica powder though. This is just the resin with the polyurethane resin with the colourant added to it. Stir frantically for 20 seconds and then added it just straight into the mould. Now you don't usually get any bubbles because it's so watery when it's mixed. It just goes into every little detail. Look at this. Oh, it's too cute. It really is too cute. Look at that. So we've got the detail of the windows. We've got the lovely little mini toadstools either side of that beautiful front door. You can see all the wood panelled effects. There we go. And probably a bit more concentrated colour in it. Now the bottom needs a little bit of tidy up as well. But look, there you can see there. Yeah, it's not going to fit. So a lot of sanding required to the base of the lid section, but that's not an issue. So the top there, as you can see of our little mushroom house, is a slightly different, it's a different colour to the base, but that's what I wanted. So I picked up my handy little tool here. This is just a relatively inexpensive one that we got from Lidl, which is a supermarket chain here in the UK. And but you can use any if you've got a Dremel or any other hobbyist's multi-tool. And I fitted it with one of the sanding attachments and just literally put it on a slowish speed to start with until I was confident of what I was doing and I was in control, and then just went all the way around the edge of the base of the lid part of this pot. So just making it, taking off the excess material there, and yeah, there we go. I did have to smooth it down a lot more than that because as you can see it still doesn't fit. I spent literally about 15 minutes doing that. So lesson to yourself, don't over pour. Right, here we go with the demould of the beautiful shell dish. Let's see if this has worked. So don't forget this is the first time using this mould. Look at that, it's picked up the mica powder. Looks stunning. Doesn't look like we've got any blemishes or any little bubbles anywhere. It's quite glossy anyway. Look at that. Oh, look. Oh, yeah, and it's come away nice clean mould. Lovely. No big clean-up jobs or anything. And it just, you just turn it back. It's easy to use this mould. Very easy. Very pliable. Look at that. Look at where it's picking up on the detail and the shaping of the mould. Just going to take the slightly rough edge off off from the base of the mould, just using a little bit of sandpaper or an emery board nail file. There we go. It looks beautiful. And none of it is coming off on my hands either. It's all just adhered to the polyurethane mould. Oh my God. Or polyurethane resin even. Sorry about that. Look at this. Now we've got a couple of little issues. The big one at the top, I need to sort out, I need to fix. But the one in the middle, not so much. But look at the way that mica powder has picked up on all those beautiful details. Stunning just as it is. Or you could decorate it with some shells that I have made. I haven't shown you how to use those, how to make those. You've seen me making things like this in other videos before. If you haven't, then check out our playlist and you'll see plenty of examples of it. But those ones are coming up in a future video. Just a little spoiler alert there. Now, what to use? So I went back to the Mermaid Treasures kit and found that beautiful starfish and some of these lovely little pearl balls. They're not beads because they haven't got a hole through the middle, so no worries about any air getting trapped. Also going to use some of the beautiful glass, miniature glass blue seed balls, and also UV resin that I'm going to cure with a light. So warning coming up, I'm going to use a UV light in this. You will see it, so I'll try and give you plenty of advance warning of when that's going to happen. So yeah, I'm putting a liberal amount on. I mean, you don't have to put that much on. If you just want to put one charm on, then you put the UV resin on the back of the charm, pop it down, and then you'd cure it with your light. Now, I wanted to just give it a bit more something. I thought it needed a little something else at this point. So, made the decision to put some of the lovely blue glass beads in. These tiny little beads. There we go. I'm just trying to sprinkle them in. I mean, you can use tweezers. You can use, you can use a little spoon. It's totally up to you. I wanted to have as much control as possible. I wasn't going to use tweezers though, because these are way too small to be using tweezers. But yeah, I love the blue. It reminds me of the Mediterranean when I've been on lucky enough to have been on holiday to a lot Greek islands. And of course, I mean, you can add whatever you want. If you've got some other little starfish charms, some different types of seed pearls. I mean, you could just stick to using faux pearls, or if you're lucky enough to have some fresh water, perhaps. There'll be a very, very special present for somebody if you used freshwater pearls to do this. Or you could present this to them, and you could also present it with a nice little pair of earrings, perhaps. Little hints there out for some, perhaps, to have a go at doing. But this, I mean, so far, this isn't a particularly difficult project to do or to make. It's pretty simple, straightforward thing to do for yourself. It would make an ideal gift for mothers, Mother's Day, sisters, nieces, cousins, aunties, grandparents. Or if you didn't want to give it away, you could just have it as a decoration in a bathroom. You could give yourself a real spa themed bathroom. That would be lovely. Nice, calming, peaceful and relaxing. You could use some of the elements perhaps in this in this kit, and you could make yourself some tea light holders. Yeah, no, my mind is now working overtime with all the things that I could use this kit to make. Need to concentrate on what you're actually seeing currently. Right, so we've put in all these beautiful faux pearls and a selection of colours, mixing in, coordinating with the blues and the pinks that were already there, and then just topping it up again with some more of this lovely little blue glass beads. And any moment now I am going to use the UV light, so be warned, and if you don't want to see that, just fast forward a little bit and you will miss the UV light part. So just making sure I'm filling in where all the little bits of the UV resin are. There we go. I opted to use UV resin rather than super glue. I just thought super glue was going to be just way too much hassle. So look at that. I mean, I think that looks stunning. And here we go with the UV light. So look away. Just curing it. And I actually did go around and cure it for about 2 or 3 minutes. If you have a resin lamp, you can obviously put it under the lamp instead. So this is now fully cured. Look at that. I think it's beautiful. Obviously, you can just keep the tray completely plain if you want to. Totally up to you. And here's the lovely little mushroom house. I fixed the lid. Look. Look at that. Now, this lovely little mushroom house and this tray are as a special present. Oops, lid's just fallen off. Sorry about that. I didn't edit that out of the video either. As a special little present for somebody that we know. Hope she enjoys it. And here are the final the lovely shots at the end. Here is a close-up of the tray with that beautiful detail of the ridging effect. You can see the mica powder just a little bit there. You saw a lovely close-up shot of the beads and the starfish. And here's the ultra cute mushroom house. It's beautiful. I love the two-tone colour. I love the mica effect as well. And here we have both of them together. Oh, sorry, a little bit of flickering light there. But here we have the both of them together. Look at that. I love the additional detail there of those little charms and the starfish charm and the pearls and the glass beads. And then again, I didn't embellish the little mushroom house anymore. I think it's got enough going on. It's beautiful in itself. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. See you again. Bye.